Make sure you capture me too, you know.
Name, sir?
Douglas Henry,
From?
Laneka,
This is, what year is this?
Crawford District, Black River PO, Laneka District.
And Girl and other
Yeah,
kind of bit.
yeah, man, that's it.
The thing that they'll be doing here, how will this benefit you as a fisherman in this area?
Well, in the long run, from tourists start to come here, cook shop will open here, and other people earn from it, so we can sell our fish to the cook shop, right? Sell it to the cook shop so that the fisherman will get more sale for their fishes by selling it to the people who are going catering for the tourism.
So what will entice tourism here?
Well, we have the fish sanctuary right here. That's what it's all about. Fish sanctuary is here, so you're gonna make tour with the tourists.
So how the fish sanctuary in this area help the area?
Well, it benefits a whole lot with the fishermen here around. One of the time there was no fishes, fish stock went down. So from the sanctuary there have been better fish catching around this area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you respect that?
Yeah, man, I respect that a whole lot. Appreciate it.
And you take part in the tourism something?
Yeah. Right now I am a warder here also.
Mm.
Yeah. I take patrol here so that other fishermen don't interfere into the fish sanctuary.
So how hard it is for you to do something like that?
Well, it's not very hard enough for we have most cooperation from most of the fishermen here. So it's outside intruders at time we most look out for.
Mm-hmm. So how long have you been a water?
10 past 10 years.
It's a pleasure for me to welcome you all to this gathering, celebrating the advancement of this promoting community-based climate funded by the World Bank. I must say, a product of great insight and fisheries. This was a vision of the staff members, and the project took root and grew, and this is some of the fruits of that project. The initiative is dedicated to empowering and transforming livelihoods of fishers and fisherfolk in their communities through implementation of 8 sub-projects: oyster, sea moss, freshwater, fish ornamentals, fish farming, and ecotourism, the project that we are, and to develop your area, your region, and yourselves. So thank you all for taking the time to come here and celebrate with us, and have a lovely evening with us. Thank you.
Privileged to be able to go to Belize, and I did an environmental tour there of a marine sanctuary, and I was very, very impressed. And I thought, boy, it would be great to be able to do that in Jamaica. So, it's amazing that we're here today. I take great pride standing here to know that after 13 years of Gallion being a strictly protected area, that we're now going to transition into offering environmental tours. It's going to be fantastic for the people of Gallion. It's going to be fantastic for community tourism. It's going to be great for students, adults as well, and to be honest with you, also foreigners. Sometimes we need the hard currency, right, to come and help us bolster things, right? There's nothing wrong with that. So this is in my mind like the ideal project of community tourism. Mario Ebanks, if you could stand. Mario joins us today. Was also the Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries. That was Dr. Christoph Dunn. And he moved very quickly on it, had it gazetted. And I'm proud to say that of the 5
and I want to thank you and the project for showing me Jamaica. I've been from Russia to Discovery Bay to Gallion,
really,
and all over the coast, and I've really gotten to know this beautiful country and to know the people that are in it. This project, even though it's a very small for the World Bank project, it does what we want to do. It brings private sector businesses, it brings foundation, nonprofit, non-governmental organizations, together with government, to do good things and promote fisheries, sustainable development, and promote the people, to bring better livelihoods to the people. And I look forward to bringing friends here on this tour. I've got a group set up for January. So we're going to stay and come and do it. But I really also want to, this is you. The people in this tent, the wardens, the fishermen, the foundation members, the business owners, are who have driven this. And we are really very proud to be associated with this. I also want to thank the minister and Dr. Bellamy in particular for their faith in this project, because they're the ones that pushed to keep it going. And they have been keeping it going once the World Bank money was spent. And so your faith in what you're doing here and the transformative nature of this project is admirable. And we hope that we can come back and find some more ways to work with you.
Amen.
So thank you all very much, and enjoy the evening.
Grant. And this was provided by the Climate Initiative Fund and administered by the World Bank. We're grateful for this grant. It's a small grant, but as JB said, it's a big impact. Minister, this is a catalyst for the fisheries sector. It's a big impact, and also for Jamaica on the whole. Yes, we know the lobster and the conch is of national interest. However, these 8 sub-projects that are being implemented by the Promoting Community-Based Climate Resilience in the fisheries sector is strengthening both food security, it is building climate resilience, and it perfectly aligns with the new face of food mantra. The main objective of this project is to increase the adoption of climate resilient practices among targeted fishing and fish farming communities in Jamaica. The project provided 3 major components. So my job this afternoon is give you a little background of this project. The first component relates to the building of policy, strengthening policy and regulations in the fisheries sector. Under that component, we provided over 200 sanctuary markers for protected areas in Jamaica. We also provided what we call an enforcement vessel, and this vessel was purchased at a cost of $168,000 US. This vessel is actually working every day, and this is helping reduce the unregulated and unreported fishing. So that component is completed, and we are actually seeing the results and the impact of it. Can I get a clap? That's a big impact. So the second component speaks to the diversification of alternative livelihoods, and this is why we're here this afternoon. We're speaking about the 8 sub-projects under this project. The government of Jamaica is currently now constructing what we call a biosecure, climate-resilient tilapia hatchery, valued about over 574 million. The hatchery is a sign of our commitment to sustainable aquaculture. It will support the production of over 5 million fry per annum, and is set to impact over 118 existing aquaculture farmers. We also anticipate that the production of over 3,500 metric tons of tilapia by 2025. Central to this effort, we're creating alternative for livelihoods for fisher folks are the 8 sub-projects valued at US 1.65 million. So these projects embody our efforts to build climate resilience within our fishing communities, especially by developing the skills of our fisher folk and providing them with alternative livelihoods. So I'll just list these 8 sub-projects right quickly. I hope you're not bored, but it's important for everybody to be aware of the project. So we're doing a local fish production, and this is to address the rising cost of feed for tilapia production. A small feed mill has been purchased that includes a pelletizer, a dryer, and a pulverizer, and that is being instituted by the Hill Run fish farmers. We're also, as Dr. Bedame stated, we're revitalizing the freshwater fish farming, and that is being implemented at the Ebony Park community. And this is supposed to be able to motivate our young people to get into tilapia production. Development of pelagic fishing. That is a huge project currently now being underway by the National Fisheries Authority. Since last week, Saturday, we have been in Anota Bay, Manchineel, Pagy, St. Mary. Yesterday we were at Discover Bay. Today we're in Lances Bay. We're going to White House St. James. We will be in White House Westmoreland. We're going to be going to Billy's Bay next week on the 25th, and then go back to St. Thomas. So pelagic fishing is that we're encouraging our fishers to go further at sea. So since Saturday, we have been doing what we call FAD fishing. So we deployed fish aggregating devices in all of these communities, targeted communities, which means we had to go around 15 nautical miles offshore to drop what we call an anchor with ropes so that the fish can aggregate around it. So we gave them the GPS, we gave them the tools necessary, which is the training material, and this will harbor the fish. So they know exactly where to go. They won't have to waste fuel trying to find fish. And so this will even make the fisheries sector further developing in the sector. The other one that we're doing, yes, please clap for that.
Yeah, that's why we have to do this each week.
PS has asked that we do a center spread.
Apologies for those who were here and had to be waited. They must have apologized. I told you that was elsewhere. I'm sorry that I just made it, but I'm very happy that we're here today. So 5 minutes quickly. I came to Gallion about 10 years ago, and when I walked through Gallion and we actually had a beach cleanup project, I said to myself, what a beautiful area. This has so much potential, but more needs to be done to unleash that potential. And I think as you all sit and as you all look, we can all agree that this has to be among one of the most beautiful parts of Jamaica. Yeah, let me say a round of applause. Gallion deserves a round of applause. This is natural beauty. So I always hope that we would have the opportunity to unlock Gallion's potential. As you would have heard, Gallion has served for a very long time as a fish sanctuary, helping us to rebuild our fish population. Unfortunately, over the years, because largely overfishing and poor practices, we've seen a massive depletion of our nearshore fish population. So we recognized a few years ago that we have to take strategic steps to build that back. The best way to do that is to have these no-take zones that are policed by our wardens that can build back our ecosystem. And since Gallion has been operating, we have seen wonderful results. In fact, fish that people thought, species that people had long thought had gone out, like goldfish, have re-emerged because of the work of this sanctuary. So I want you to appreciate how important these sanctuaries are, not just to Jamaica, but to the livelihoods of our people, of our fishers. But we also appreciate that if these sanctuaries are going to be sustained, if they're going to last into perpetuity, then they have to have a sustainable model. They have to have a way in which they can earn some resources to keep them going. Because just depending on the NGO or the government subvention is always a challenge. And that's why the project from the World Bank that has worked with us here through the National Fisheries Authority, as JB really said, looked at the core of how can we truly transform our fisheries sector. And one of the ways to transform our fisheries sector is to ensure that our sanctuaries have sustainable economic models to operate through. So this is what we're doing here today. We're ensuring that the Gallion Beach Sanctuary has an economic model that complements the work that they do and that can provide some resources
for them to keep doing that work. So through this project, I think we've spent about US $146,000 in this area. What we've done, we put in an office space, solar powered office space. So we're using renewable energy. We'll have somewhere for the wardens and for our tourists when they come in to do their tours. We've also provided kayaks so that people can do kayak tours and go out to see the wonderful ecosystem that has re-emerged because of the sanctuary. In addition, we've provided a jetty so that you can go and you can board your boat safely. But we've also provided some videography equipment, some cameras, so that we can take those pictures and capture that moment. More importantly, we've trained all the wardens to be tour guides, and not just trained, we've used TPDCO and we've trained them so that we can certify them in all the areas that they need, so that when they go out, people are safe and people can have a wonderful experience. So the plan is to ensure that we generate some economic activity around the sanctuary so that we can have the sanctuary for a very long time. And I think that in and of itself deserves a big, big round of applause. So as I said, we've done the office space, we've done some kayaks, we've also done the floating pier that you will see out there. We've also done some refurbishment to the watchtower, so our wardens will be able to better see what is happening in the space, and we're going to continue to do that work. Selena went through some of the other projects that we're doing, and I want to say to the team, anything that we've done elsewhere, we can look to do here, right? So I was just having a discussion with Brett, and clearly we want to explore how can we do some sea moss farming. We've started sea moss farming over in St. Anne. It's doing extremely well. In fact, the last time I toured St. Anne, there was a fisher telling me that, boy, this is his main source of income now, and he's been walking the streets telling people the health benefits of sea moss. Sea moss, or Irish mud, well sought after all over the world. We are growing that in the sea now, farming. We're doing oyster farms, as you have heard. Again, we can look to some of these models here, Jason and the Breadstein, to see how ultimately we can continue to bring more resources into the space. I've said to Dr. Bellamy that we are overdue, and I'm saying it now to Jason. We are overdue an additional sanctuary in this parish, side of the world. And one of the things I'm going to task the National Fisheries Authority to look at is to look at our various locations to see where would be ideal. You know, the beauty of sanctuaries now, there was a time that there was a lot of pushback about sanctuaries. Now, when I go, the fishers are saying to me, Minister, we need more sanctuaries. We need more sanctuaries because they have seen the results. So I've asked the NFA to scope the area to see what would be the most ideal place for us to do another sanctuary. And I'm putting it out now because if we already have a wonderfully run NGO who has done extremely well in managing this sanctuary, then good work begets more work. So why not? Let us see if we can work together again, Jason, to pull another sanctuary under the bird's charge. So overall, this is about transforming our fisheries sector. This is about, as we say, the new face of food, where we focus on food security, agribusiness development, climate smart technologies, and export expansion. I want to assure our fishers on the South Coast that part of what we're going to be doing in this financial year, some beach redevelopment. I know some of the beaches were damaged because of Hurricane Beryl. We're already far advanced to do some work in areas like Great Bay, in areas like Billy's Bay. We're going to do some beach redevelopment. You know, one of the good news about the floating pier that you see out there is that this pier has been Beryl tested and proven. And if it can stand up to Hurricane Beryl with those winds and those seas, then it means it has been well done. Because we were supposed to do this launch actually in July, right? And then Beryl came. But the good news is that the pier was there and it has stood up. So we are on a mission to transform our fisheries sector. We're on a mission to ensure that our fishers can again make real income from the sea. Not just from the regular fishing that they used to do, but as you have heard, we've been doing training now in longline fishing. And I love to tell this story because I now see him everywhere I go. Right? So, Black God, you know, I'm going to call upon him. Stand up, let people see. They call him Black God where he's from. Let's give him a big round of applause. I'll tell you why. And I close with this story. So, you do training programs, but unless the training programs are implemented, then you don't see the benefit. So we did a training program where we have trained some fishers in artisanal lock line fishing. It means small boat using horizontal long line, something that was perfected in Grenada. We brought in people from Grenada. They go further out, Jason, so they don't have the trouble with the nearshore population, and they catch bigger species of fish, martin, mahi, things of that nature that are in significant demand. So after the training, we went on a tour. And I said, boy, Dr. Bellamy, you do this training and, show me, carry me to Black God. Because he was a top student. Let me see what is happening with him now. And we went to his beach, and I said, how are things going? And he went inside and brought out a wonderful marlin. I said, Minister, if you want this, you can have this right now, because he was actively putting into operation.
Careful, man, you slide. It's muddy.
Claudine.
Jason, who's
the one who's doing anything?
Dr. Bellamy, can we get the solar panels or not?
No.
What type of fancy thing?
Wait.
After two, everybody ready?
Yeah.
Everything good, we get to the spots.
Nice.
All right. One.
Panels?
Yeah, man. We bust. But the move, come down.
You know what about sanctuary? You know, see us.
Right, so that's why they were trained. They will give them a little history of the sanctuary. This is where they will also, do their paperwork, rent their goggles and stuff.
Understood.
The project provided desks, printers, computers, all of those things.
Very good.
Filing cabinets.
Very good. This is
So my sister stayed up there. That's where
Technology that you have given us through science, we ask you, Lord, to bless this floating jetty, that all who walk on it may remain safe and enjoy as they head out to sea. We ask you, Lord, to bless the boat that will take out tours out to sea and come back safely. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you. All right, so today really marks the official launch of the Gallion Eco Tours. As you would have seen under the project, we would have provided a floating jetty, floating pier. Also, we would have provided a tour boat and engine for the wardens down here, our new tour guides who will conduct the tours, and also some kayaks. So all the things that will be done here is they will also have annually free tours for schools, right, who want to come to learn about the ecosystem, learn about the sanctuary, learn about how to help create a better fisheries sector. So we want to encourage everybody, come out, come down to Gallion, bring the family, and come do a tour with us here. All right? Everybody. JB. Come on, man. We don't want them to leave you out,
Yeah. Not yet.
Very sharp. All right. What do you mean? Of course. After. Oh. True.
Maybe work with the media person.
Y'all see you next.
I'll walk down.
Okay, thank you. You good?
Yeah.
Cool. Nice, eh? Yeah, man.
We had to do a tour.
I forgot. We'll organize a tour.
Yes.
Yeah. It would be good to bring the media on a tour.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll organize a tour. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, enjoy the time. How was it?
You go out. We didn't. It was getting a little bit rough.
Okay.
So we didn't do the kayaks, and we also didn't. It was a day that we had Russia and this. But I'm really looking forward to coming back. 17th of January.
Yeah, 17th.
17th of January.
Yes.
We want to come. We're going to tour.
How much this can hold? Just how much this boat can hold? Start that thing. All right.
Okay. Start DJ from now.
No, you ready, you know? He came on the spot. Yeah, man.
He was in the Navy.
I didn't know that. So you would have seen your action. Building. Yeah, clearly.
I'm pretending to walk on water.
Look at buddy, him afraid.
Tell me your name.
Alright, so my name is Tracian Walters. I'm the interim manager here at Gallion St. Elizabeth Fish Sanctuary. We're here for the launch, the handing over of the container office space that we have here, for the jetty that you see behind me, for the canoe. And we did, alongside with that, we had a lot of capacity building for persons within this community here at Gallion. So we are not just about sanctuary anymore, we're about sustainable sanctuary. So how we can make our community grow with us as we grow as a sanctuary, so persons will start to see the benefit, the rewards from not only working inside the sanctuary, but also doing tours, educating persons about the sanctuary, about the natural environment that we have here, because we'll be doing environmental tours, for short edu tours. We'll be doing kayaking, we'll be doing turtle monitoring, turtle watch tours. So come to Gallion and have the best enjoyment of your life. Come with your family, bring a friend, tell a friend, and come experience all of this. All right, so Gallion Fish Sanctuary has been around for 13 years now. It started.
How long now since you're here?
All right, so I've been here for 13 years. I've been here. Yes, I've been here for the beginning.
How hard is it for you to manage this whole area?
It's a big space. It's 625.8 acres, and we are the only sanctuary with a buffer zone that adds up to 1,150 acres. But we have 4 wardens here, but thankful that we always have the community behind us. So therefore, we have them to help us look out to see if there is any encroachment, anyone coming across the sanctuary. And they are number one when it comes to support. They're number one when it comes to community buy-in. They believe in what we're doing. They see the benefits. They have gotten the reward by fishing outside of the sanctuary, outside of the boundary, to where when the spillover effect happened, and they are now catching bigger yield. They are catching more lobsters, because on the South Coast, you know, we're known for lobsters. They're catching bigger fish. We're seeing different species that we thought that wouldn't have been catching now. We're seeing fish like rock beauty. You heard the minister mention earlier. We're now seeing the goldfish. So bigger fish and bigger things here at Gallion. So we keep on improving day by day and getting better.
Name and position, sir?
James Godfrey. I'm director of Breads Foundation that takes care of the sanctuary here. Yeah.
How does Breads manage the sanctuary, which is such a big area? What does it do, or what the benefits have you seen so far?
Well, we provide oversight and support for the wardens, and all the wardens are, you know, from the community here and very involved. So they are the eyes and ears for us, and they're here every day, and they're looking out and protecting the area, and we support them as best as we can.
What are some of the reports that you get? What are the main?
Well, what I've heard, and it was, you know, in the minutes, I was even expounding on it, that we have seen so much more uptick in the fishing and the catch. So the fishermen are really grateful because they're catching more fish and they want more sanctuaries in the area. So we hope that, you know, by next year or so we'll have another sanctuary coming up in the area.
All right.
Yeah, great. And I think it will be good. And you were asking a question earlier, what will they do for Treasure Beach? It's another thing for the guests to do. They can now come and be a part of eco tour here at the sanctuary and support the whole project. So, and I, you know, a lot of people are into, you know, what is good for the environment now. So it will attract the right people.
So I think it's the right thing that is here. I think it's the right thing to do here.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing to see it happen. You know, I've been helping Jason for a few years, and just it's like a miracle to see it coming, and we get the grants now, and it's becoming, as the minister was saying, it's so much more, you know, strength to strength around the island with the fisheries in partnership with the NGOs. Right.
Well, my name is Floyd, the owner of the establishment. Here about the Great Bar on the South Coast. Well, calling it Floyd's Pelican Bar. Yeah, I'm the owner and the builder.
Yes.
You understand? So, and it's one of a lifetime experience for anyone who visit, anyone who want to come, and it's a destination also. Yeah.
So how will this they are doing here now combine into your plans that you have worked on?
Yeah, well, this is a great job that done because this is not only the community alone. I go bring people, community people, gonna bring people from all over the world to come and do the kayak, do this diving to see the marine life under the water and learn interesting fact about underwater, which was done by the Breads Foundation for those part of facility to house many things which many people think would never be seen, you know. Yeah, and I heard that they're gonna need another one because of what this one have done, but I would like one to be at the Pelican Bar, at the bar, right around the bar, protective area. I know it will do well because there is good rocks there and it will be well protected. Yeah. Yeah.
So you're glad for what is happening?
Yeah, man, more than glad. That's why I'm here. That's why I present myself.
Do you see anything out of the sanctuary that is here? You see any benefit to you?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Long time before many people talk, because I'm a fisherman, and many people I speak of it before many people. It's different species of fish where did almost forgotten. You see, come back forward in space. I mean, not true. That sanctuary why that happened. So that's why we need more of them. And we need them all along, going all the way up to the South Coast, because the South Coast is where, you know, gonna be the next attraction for all tourists and people from abroad. So we'd like more sanctuary so they can see more marine life and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah, man, blessed.